Hello there, welcome back to another Sunday School video. My name is James and I'm really pleased to be with you today. Now, I'm going to start this week by saying I'm sorry. The first thing is that you might be able to hear in the background, somebody's doing some building outside, and this is the only chance this week I'm going to get to record this video. So I do apologise if it sounds like there's somebody drilling through your TV, because that's what it's going to be. And then the other thing I have to say sorry for was, we'll do a bit of backstory for this one. A few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago to be precise, I was in work and I was thinking, what should I do my next video on? And I was sort of going through a few things in my head and thinking what has been spoken on already throughout the weeks. And I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea to do a recap video? We could go through, see what other people have talked about. And then, I was horrified last week to discover that Amy had already done the video. So I've had to think of a new idea because it was frankly stolen from me, which is unacceptable. Amy had no idea I wanted to do it, but stolen it was. And so if we could maybe give Amy a bit of grief for that, just the fact that she's stolen my idea. But today, nonetheless, I've got a different video. Building, I do apologise. So this week we're going to be looking at some things about trials and temptations. And we're going to go through that, see what the Bible has to say about them, see how they might affect us in being back to school this week, of course. You guys went back to school. If you haven't yet, I hope you enjoy it when you do. And if you have, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed it, I hope you begin to enjoy it. Hopefully you'll make maybe some new friends in your new school, new class. I'm sure you'll have a good time this year. And so without further ado, we're going to go into some Bible verses, see what the Bible has to say about trials and temptations, and let's get going. So then, trials and temptation, what have we got here? So firstly, we're going to look at the fact that we can deal with temptations. It's going to be number one. Then we're going to look at we shouldn't be surprised by temptations. And then third of all, we're going to look at why we should rejoice in temptations. Now, they might seem some strange things to do, especially at the end there, rejoicing in temptation. But we'll see what the Bible's got to say, and you might, halfway through, see where we're going. So we're going to start with a verse from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. And it says this: no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. So what does this mean? I'll try and do my best to go through and explain all the verses in these different bits. So the first part is going to be, no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. That means that everything, all the temptations we have will be fairly similar. Not exactly the same, does it have to be exactly the same? But fairly similar to what other people have experienced before. So we might be thinking, oh, really, like this temptation, maybe my friend's asking me to do something, or I know that's not right, but I don't know what to do here, and nobody else has had this before. Well, actually, they probably have. And this is saying that the temptations we have, they're similar to what a lot of other people have. So I think that's encouraging to know we're not going through this by ourselves and stuff. Obviously, we'll see later God is with us through all of them, but it's also stuff that other people go through as well. And so it goes on to say, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. And it says, but when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so you can endure it. So it says, God won't let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. He won't let you be tempted past things you can't deal with. And then when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so you can endure it. One moment, my arm's hurting because I'm holding up my phone. So I'm going to go and mount it and I'll be right back. Deal. Got it mounted now. So we'll go on to the next bit as well. So the next bit is going to be from 1 Peter. Building. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. And it says this: Dear friends, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that has come onto you to test you as though something strange were happening to you. So it says, yeah, don't be surprised. This fiery ordeal, that's a metaphor for sort of things that, like if you were in a fire, wouldn't be very nice in the same way that when you have temptations, it's not very nice. Oh, sorry. Look like cats were going to get the fight. It's okay, they're not. And then it goes on to say, yes, fire ordeal that's come on to test you. Do not be surprised at it. And we might think that's a bit strange, don't be surprised at it. But then when we go on to the next bit, it'll be much easier to see why. And it says this, consider it pure, this is in James chapter 1, verses 2 to 5. It says this, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacked wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. So we've got, can you hear the cat as well? Might even be able to hear the cat meowing. If you can, do apologise. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. Why would we consider it pure joy? In my eyes, from human eyes, we'd go, oh, don't really want to face trials, don't really want to face temptations. Sounds like no fun to me. But then it goes on to say, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Now, what does that mean? You might not know what perseverance means. Perseverance means carrying on, not giving up. It's resilience. And so this is saying that when your faith is tested, so when you're in a situation and you think, oh, actually, God wouldn't want me to do that, then we can go, we can think, well, now I've been tested there, that has increased the strength of my faith. It's helped it, and that's good. And it says, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Now this so you may be mature and complete, this is very much along the lines of, as Christians, we try to be more like Jesus. Oh my word, that terrified me. I do apologise, that terrified me. Look who's turned up. My cat, Daisy, she's got a collar on at the moment. She's her. Well, do you want to say anything? Just meow. Wonderful. How kind of her. Oh, blimey. Stop. Daisy. Daisy, you're stopping the children learning. Come on then. Come and join me. So this is the culprit that stopped my video. See all these people? You've just stopped them learning, Daisy. You look really pleased. Where was I? So I've pacified Daisy. She's asleep now, so hopefully she'll remain there for a moment whilst I can finish off here. Just do a bit of a recap. That rude interruption. So we were on James chapter 1 verses 2 to 5, and oh my word, any danger of a lawnmower not going off. Hold on. Right, shut that window. Hopefully it'll be a bit quieter. Oh, this, you cannot write it. Go to sleep. Right, it looks like she's going quick. Right. So it said this, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds. We said, why would we want to face trials? Generally, it's not very fun. It then said, because you know that the testing of our faith produces perseverance. We said about how perseverance is like resilience, it's carrying on, it's like not giving up. Now I said, let perseverance finish its work so you may be mature and complete. This is where we got to, mature and complete, becoming more like Jesus. Now, this isn't a direct link, but it's very much as Christians, we try to be more like Jesus. Jesus was perfect. He's the perfect role model. We would like to be more like him. Now, obviously, we can't be exactly like Jesus. Jesus was perfect. We aren't perfect. We've learned about this before, about how Jesus' death and resurrection was a sacrifice for our sin, so we could have a relationship with God. But that's where that's going, being more like Jesus, more mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Now, it said earlier, he will also provide a way you can endure it. When it said you will be tempted, he will also provide a way that you can endure it. And this is how we can ask God for help. Now, we've learned before about the importance of praying and things like that. But this is really, really awesome, that we might think, oh, I'm completely on my own in this situation. There's no way I can get through it. But God provides us a way we can ask God, and he will help us. He will give us wisdom, which means he'll help us know what to do. Now, we won't always get it right. I'm not going to say that if you know you've heard this, you're never going to get something wrong again. You're never going to be face a temptation and give into it. But that's our human nature. That is not God. God will always help us if we can remember to ask him and remember to remember him. If that makes sense. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is a little, I don't know, what do you call it? It's just 4 letters. It's not is it an acronym? Is that a word? I made that up on the spot. It's WWJD. You may well have heard it before. What would Jesus do? Now, I'd like you this week to try and remember when you face trials, when you face temptations, when you think maybe, should I be doing this? Think, what would Jesus do? Now, if you don't know enough about the Bible, if you don't know enough about Jesus, to think, oh, I don't know what Jesus would do here, perhaps you could maybe try and read a bit more into the Bible, go back, watch some more of the Sunday school videos. There's a lot in them. But yeah, reading the Bible is the best place. That's God's word to us. And a lot of it is about Jesus. So yeah, ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Because if we can work out what Jesus would have done, that is, well, obviously it's still our own interpretation of it, but it's probably the best thing we could do in a situation. So please do try and do that this week. I apologise for the clunkiness and interruptions we've had this video. I do hope you've enjoyed though. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.